Good morning. Welcome back. It is your Loan Depot Ignite girls for our Wednesday morning coffee talk. And this week we want to educate you a little bit about purchasing a home for family members. So, for many years, there was a term kitty condo, which is still used. And then Family Opportunity is another program. But often people come to us thinking that they need to purchase these homes as an investment property since the parents or the kids that are buying for their parents will not be occupying the home. So we just want to tell you a little bit about how we're able to structure that to be a little bit more beneficial.
Yeah. So kitty condo is a term that goes way back. It used to really be only allowed on FHA loans, but now you can do it on conventional loans as well. And it really came from parents who wanted to buy housing for their kids to live in while they were in college, while they were in school. So a lot of times, the occupying borrower, the child, doesn't have income or not really verifiable or consistent income,
Right.
and maybe has a pretty limited credit history. But this can all be okay. So one advantage of doing a kitty condo is we lump the children's income, the parents' income all together, and we qualify that way. So the child doesn't have to have any certain amount of income to qualify. It's a low down payment. You can do these loans with as little as 3.5% down on an FHA loan or 5% down conventional. So that's super enticing. And then the interest rates, the big one.
Yeah.
You get owner occupied interest rates, which are significantly better than purchasing as a non owner occupied.
Huge.
The child has to occupy the property. The parents don't, of course, so that's no big deal. Some of the cons of going this route is the child does have to have at least enough credit to have a credit score, and their credit score can affect the pricing of the file. So you do have to have decent credit. You could be using up your child's first-time homebuyer status. This hasn't been an issue in Colorado because there really haven't been any first-time homebuyer incentives or programs that are really truly just for first-time homebuyers in several years. So we don't see that as a negative, but at some point, if there are other programs added, it could be a negative.
Could be.
And then the child's on the loan, they're on that mortgage. When they go to get a mortgage later on, if the parents want to keep that property and that loan, that could affect things a little bit. The key there is as long as the parents have been making that house payment for at least 12 months before the child were to apply for any loan of their own, then we can show that the parents have made that payment and it wouldn't affect the child's debt to income ratio.
Right. And actually, what I love about this program also is when we're talking about kids who are away at college needing that housing, this mortgage is perfect for, the child is going to live there as their primary, but maybe it's a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
So you have the ability to rent out those other 2 rooms.
Yeah.
It's called house hacking.
Pay for your child's college education.
But it really is a very valid way to get a great interest rate on a primary home.
Yeah.
Well, and I would say just in the last probably 18 months, we've seen a very big difference in pricing from investment properties to primary residence. So there's a very big spread now on a primary interest rate versus an investment or second home.
Right.
Really
So
makes
that
it-
that incentive is
The other thing, just from personal experience, having done this for my daughter, is the consistency that it allows because they have a place to live. They don't have to move, find some place to live. And in markets where housing is hard to find, especially for students, it just creates such continuity and it lets them focus on their education and not trying to find an apartment every 12 months.
Right.
So the other end of the spectrum is that parents or people whose parents are looking for housing, buying a home, but maybe the parents don't have the income. Maybe they're on a fixed income that's too low to qualify for a mortgage. People can be on this same type of loan for their parents and buying this as a primary, getting the benefit of the interest rates and that sort of thing. So the people aren't living in there as their primary, but the parent is living in there as the primary. And it's a really great way to use this as well.
And that program called the Family Opportunity is unique in that the parents don't actually have to be on the loan. Because a lot of times there is a reason why parents can't be on the loan, Social Security, those types of things. So we just have to show that the parent couldn't qualify on their own, that they have limited income. And the kids, these are probably grown kids, right? These are probably 50-year-old kids, are able to purchase the home for their parents to live in using owner-occupied interest rates.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same
So-
parameters, low down payment, primary resident,
Yep.
interest rate.
That one has a little bit. Yeah, I think you have to put 10% down versus the.
No,
It's 5.
it's 5%.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Better yet.
Yeah, you can do 5% down. So these are great options. If
Yep.
you can benefit from one of these, or if you want to learn a little bit more about it, or your clients would like to learn a little bit more about it, reach out to us today. We'd love to help with that.
Yeah, perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.